Hello everyone, this is Oreo Blaster, and today we're going to be doing a replay analysis of a quick match game that I had a while back that had some pretty funny moments in it, but I also think that it can be a decent demonstration of higher-ish player skill, I'd say, and also that the teams were slightly more normal than your run-of-the-mill quick match comps because both teams have a tank and a support. So without further ado, I mean, you can obviously see red team has poor damage diversification, but we'll get to that in a second. So we have Uther, Cassia, Blaze, Alarak, and Gul'dan versus Alex, Rag, Stitches, Kel'Thuzad, and Chromie. So obviously, right off the bat, red team doesn't have as good of a damage or as diverse of damage as they might like. Rag can be like half and half. KT's all spell. Chromie's basically all spell, which is kind of unfortunate because blue team has a combination of auto attack and physical and spell damage, I should say, and also Uther's really good at preventing burst, whereas Alex is really not able to do that. But I mean, red team has way better blow up potential than, well, I shouldn't say way better, but they have insane blow up potential over blue team, and blue team only really has bunker and Uther stuff to save them, and technically Alarak counter strike, but it depends on if he actually takes that or if he'll use that correctly. So immediately both teams are gonna do the classic skirmish over Watchtower and Sky Temple. So classic skirmish over mid. And it does seem like red team is having a very hard time holding off against blue team. Blue team has a lot better level 1 team fight potential than red team, because red team has two heroes that really don't do much until they finish stacking their quests or get more damage through KT and Chromie. So they really shouldn't have fought as much as they did here. Stitches should die here because he's just so split off from his team. Blaze chased super deep to get Kel'Thuzad, and it looks like he's gonna die for it, but he did get the kill. He's gonna trade, which isn't. I mean, it's not a terrible trade because that means KT can't get, or like, if you're trading 1-for-1 for KT for someone else, it can usually be worth it because that's less time that KT has to spend trying to finish his blight stacks. Right to the back. Red team doesn't have anybody bot, which is a bit of a problem. If Stitches doesn't head down there immediately, they're gonna miss that wave of soak. It looks like Alarak's just trying to get some poke damage in on KT. Yeah, fortunately Stitches was able to get here before Cassia was able to do too much damage. I mean, she should get a lot of that tower's health, but he didn't miss any of the soak, which is the really important part. And it looks like Cassia might be in a spot of trouble, but she does, as long as she keeps moving, Rag's not going to be able to do any auto attack damage to her, but he is going meteor build, so she needs to make sure she doesn't get hit by this meteor that much. Yes, unfortunately she didn't walk along it like most people. Yeah, she'll make it out because she's Cassia. That was a really weird Stitches hook. You really want to kill Cassia. Meanwhile, Alarak and Gul'dan are trying to get a pick on Alex. Gul'dan is kind of late on that corruption. It looks like Blaze is gonna be. Oh no! Oh, that was a terrible stunt too. That was really unfortunate. Nice. Blaze was able to secure that kill. That was close though. That was a really good rag kill on Cassia though. I did not think he was gonna get that. Assuming Alarak did a pull combo on KT and there was Uther stun follow up, so he lost most of his health off of that. Yeah, red team has no way to like prevent that kind of damage other than preemptively trying to like have cleansing flame up or something, but it's They really don't have a way to deal with the Alarak Uther shenanigans or Alarak Uther Blaze stuff. They just need to blow them up from a distance. And hopefully have Rag and Stitches survive long enough. Looks like Alex popped Dragon Queen a while back, but it was before the temple fight, which seems like a really bad idea. Because now she's not going to have it when they're going to be trying to cap top or mid temple. Blaze and Cassie are still skirmishing with Stitches. They're not going to get a kill there. He's too high of health. And now both teams are going to start posturing for getting the temples. Blue team wants to guarantee to get one temple and then preferably get both or half of the second one, because they do have enough early game to be able to actually fight red team, especially if they get a pick here. Oh, KT was not as hidden as he thought he was. At this rate, one of these two should have left bot already to go get mid. So they're kind of needlessly there for now. Like, yes, they're fighting off Rag, but the way better, or the much better way to approach this right now would just be to go mid and start getting some of the temple shots, so the red team can't even get a full temple, because he has now Stitches can just walk over to it, and Gul'dan's not going to be able to fight him off of it by himself. Ooh, that is not good. That is not good for Cassie. That was a really good multi-core by Rag. They don't need two up here, at least until someone else comes up. But they can easily kill KT if he goes in. Yeah, so blue team missed out on a bunch of potential shots off of the Snake Temple, which they really shouldn't have missed that. They were just skirmishing bot for no reason. Oh, that was a really good hook. But in order to get it, those Stitches had to position really far forward here, so there was no space for Alarak to actually fit into, so he didn't end up getting pulled over this wall. Alarak's looking for his triple Discord strike, which is why he's positioning really aggressively here. Should be able to get that kill on Stitches, as long as someone doesn't give him the devours. Actually, I didn't see if he already had that on cooldown, but it's still good that that he wasn't able to heal for blue team. Blaze looks like he's trying to steal their camp, which is totally doable. And if they don't send someone bot, they're gonna lose a lot of structures. They're gonna lose the structure bot from the siege camp. Kind of surprising. Yeah, they need to send someone bot Toronto. Preferably Rag, but he's top dealing with Alarak. Alarak's super dead here. Whoa! Oh my gosh, he actually got out of that. That is really surprising. Because they were skirmishing up here for so long, Blaze just took bot basically for free because of the siege mercs. KT got horrified. There's no way he's getting out of that. That was an interesting D-shield, to say the least. She's just looking for the pull. Oh, she missed the Valkyrie. It's unfortunate. It's a really good pull combo. I'm surprised the Rag is going for that. Oh, Alarak, you're super dead. You're not gonna get out of this one. No. He's just dancing around it. Oh my gosh. Well, he's basically cheated death twice. That's amazing. Chromie made the mistake of trying to just straight up 1v1 a Cassia, or just really any assassin. It's really dangerous. Unless you're trap build, but she's not trap build. Blaze has just been AFK bot lane, which is working out for blue team well enough, so they don't need him here. Also because red team isn't level 10 yet, so they don't need to worry about having all-out team fights where they need their tank. It's a very interesting position for KT to be in. I think he's got on the wrong side of that. It's not Blaze. Blaze should definitely be grouping up here, even though they don't. He doesn't like need to. They're gonna have ults now, so it'd be really good if he was there. How many stacks is KT at? He's at 23. Okay, he still hasn't finished his blight, so he's still not that scary, but could be a problem. Oh, that's not good for Cassia at all. That was a good TK, but she's not getting out of that. She can. Well, again, Alarak with the amazing escape. Kind of incredible. Those are, by the way, those were really good disengaged oil spills by Blaze. I want to go back and highlight those again because that was actually a really good use of oil spill that isn't like purely aggressive. So he laid them out so that it would take red team would have to either zigzag through them, which would be almost as slow as just walking through them in the first place. So those are really good oil spills. And I think that he opted for that because he didn't have the or he didn't ignite them because he didn't have the ignited oil spill is slow, so it would have been a waste of the oil spill. Now Blaze is kind of just pushing top, I think. Not really sure. Just kind of there. He does have bunker, so he can dodge some stuff, but I'm not really sure why he's up there. Okay, so he's bunker. Should be able to get out of this. Ooh, that was really good. That was a really good pull by Cassia, but there's not really any follow-up damage, and she doesn't have the burst to kill KT with that. That was an excellent screen by Blaze with his unstoppable. As they're running away, he positioned in a way that Stitches wouldn't be able to hook. So see, he's just trying to screen the hook for his allies. That was really good. If Stitches waited a little bit, he would have at least gotten Blaze, but Blaze just made that really difficult for him. So Stitches is gorgeous. Uther should die here. He's not going to be able to make it to the circle in time. And Alex and Rag are going to make it out. Actually, Alex might not even make it out because she got pulled. Rag. Alarak does not want to leave that bunker right now. Does not want to leave at all. Oh, he's making a break for it. I swear, Alarak has survived so much this game. It's honestly ridiculous. So now he's just kind of staying looking for a Chromie pick, but I don't think he has the team support or the team cooldowns to actually secure it. Like, if Blaze's bunker was up and he had more health, I could go for that, but that's a bit too dangerous. So Goulian's just AFK getting bot, that's fine. Blue team didn't really need him at the moment. Cassie and Alarak need to take this very cautiously. I mean, I guess they don't have to if that happens, but it could be really scary because they were going in 2v4. Alex was kind of late on that ult since Rag still died. Now, even though it is a 4v3, but Stitches they did see Stitches start coming up from mid, from the watchtower, and they know Gul'dan's not here, so it's going to be a 4v4. And they're also, if they don't kill Chromie immediately, they're going to be zoned off by this what is it, slowing sands. So they need to kill her as quickly as possible so that they're going to get to blue team faster, and they can hopefully finish off everybody on red team before Stitches gets here. Because if Stitches gets here, I mean, I'm sure the red team is going to wipe here, but because of especially because of the D shield. But if Stitches was able to, yeah, he didn't get there. He shouldn't have gone a super aggressive route. She should have went up over here to the right side of the watchtower, assuming that his team was going to start retreating, because their team just doesn't have the tankiness to go up against blue team's lineup right now, especially if Rag isn't with them. So now blue team should probably go and get the red team's bruisers and then their bruisers, or blue team's bruisers. So they should go get these ones and then get these ones, and then potentially just go over to boss. They could also just go for boss immediately. That's fine too. I think it would be a bit safer if they got boss after both of these mercs, since red team would have to clear top anyways and deal with both waves of mercs. But they're totally safe here because, you know, they're all set up, Alarak's ready to go, and Blaze has his bunker. There's no reason for Rag. He kind of got saved there. There was no reason for Rag to even try to stop that, especially if his team wasn't there. Cassia looking for the optimistic Valkyrie. She didn't get it. Oh, that was a really good route by KT. I don't know if he meant to do that, but that prevented Blaze from stunning Stitches, which is what gave Stitches the space to get behind the wall. That was really good, or really well executed by KT. It looks like Blaze wants to get the Merc camp, but he does need some kind of help with it. He can solo it, it just takes him a long time. Or not a long time, but an amount of time that makes it not worth it to solo. If you had Incinerator Gauntlets, which is the level 7 that increases your basic attack damage to minions, mercenaries, and monsters, then maybe it could be worth it. But he does not. He has the double flame stream hit bonus damage talent. So red team can blue team can basically just play this safe and. That was such a preemptive issue. It's funny. Theoretically, blue team could just play this super safe and get the temples, not even try to fight. I mean, they don't mind fighting because they are up 3 levels and up a talent tier, but Gul'dan isn't going to be with them for this, and all of red team is here, so it's essentially an even fight for at the moment here without Gul'dan, because of the missing talent is essentially being evened out by there being one less blue team member, but it still seems like a bad idea for blue team. They're just giving themselves an opportunity to potentially wipe and then lose both temples and start snowballing. Uther got caught on the wrong side of red team from the gorge. He should die here. Yeah, Uther preemptively using the D shield was just really not good for blue team. It's a good pull by Cassia. It's just, I mean, even if Alarak went in there, they probably wouldn't have reacted in time or had the CC that would have shut him down within 3 seconds, which is when he had the D shield or move. So it seemed like a really bad idea for Uther to do that. It was a good fear. It secures the Chromie kill. There's no way she gets out of that. And meanwhile, top has been pushing this whole time. So unless KT starts clearing top, or if Rag can get over there and Molten Core, yeah, he'll get over there to clear it. That's a good Molten Core. Blue team is just reaching through the gate, desperately wanting to kill Alex. So now red team is just overstaying at this point. I mean they already did that a while back, but they need to bail much sooner. They didn't get too punished for it though. If Rag had his Sulfur Smash up, one of them definitely would have died. I think that's really dangerous. Yeah, that's really dangerous for Cassie to be scouting that bush, and there's really no reason unless she's looking to get a pick on one of the mages. But that clearly wasn't going to be happening. Uther should be dead here. Blaze can only just throw oil spells at this point because he's too low. So now red team is safe to get top temple for the most part. Oh no! That's so bad. I want to see that again. Oh, I feel so sad for Gul'dan. Wait, let's just watch it from here. I feel so sad for Gul'dan. Oh, poor guy. Let's watch this. Alright, where's his demonic circle? Oh, he got hooked. He's gonna get hooked. Panic button. Oh. He teleported like 1 foot. Oh, it was unfortunate. Also, Stitches looks terrifying when he's doing that. So, not Gul'dan's best demonic cycle. However, he's surviving way longer than he should because of the Guardian of Ancient Kings value. So Uther kind of put himself in a bad spot by not only moving forward to try to help out Gul'dan, but also getting in the bunker. Pretty sure Blaze dies here. He can't get out of that. If he could dodge the Stitches hook, then he would have made it. Now, even though red team is pushing pretty hard here, they need to watch out for bot. There's currently 4 Katas on bot. And 3 Oh. Wait, how did he die? I'm sure that he died to a meteor on a double check. Alarak should have died there. He was totally out. Yeah. Oh man. Oh my goodness. So yeah, red team needs to deal with that pronto. They're gonna, at this point, actually, they're guaranteed to lose core health. They're not gonna be able to back in time. They don't seem to be worried about it, which is very strange. Looks like Cassie had pulled Chromie. She got the kill on Chromie, but she's gonna die here. Oh. Yeah, but so red team loses a lot of core health off of that, which is not worth it whatsoever because, you know, this map is all about staying ahead in structures, just kind of like Blackheart's. So, you know, if they their top keep's almost dead, so they just lose to 1 more temple now. So I think that they really should have had someone deal with that earlier. Or honestly, Rag should have gone Lava Wave because Lava Wave is amazing right now. That would have instantly cleared that. And then they would have basically dealt with the bot push and then potentially had the space to get a boss and try to push to get bot keep or just straight up win if they could wipe again. So I feel like that old choice did not work this way. Gul'dan is he's really out there right now. He needs to back up more. Bunker? Okay. Oh, that death decay. That's rough. Alarak should die here, unfortunately, and Blaze will make it out. Stitches is chasing way too deep though, so it looks like Stitches could actually die here if he's not good. Alright, one of the huge mistakes Stitches is already making here as he's running away, after having already been too far forward, is that he has Cannibalize. He should be stutter step auto attacking and he'll be healing a lot as he's running away. And he's just not doing that. He's not getting any level 20 value. And at that rate, he should have just taken Hardened Shield. Chromie's gonna be dead here. Just wasting their time, which is, you know, beneficial for red team, but I don't know how red team can deal with this anymore though, because blue team's gonna start heading down towards boss. I mean, they should, because red team can't get tested, or they could also just end, but I think they're gonna, I think the safer bet would be to get boss. Probably at 27 stacks for Q. That is not good. She is a huge liability for her team right now. Blaze ran along the path of the meteor. It's not good. Uh-oh. Maybe yeah, Blaze probably took so much damage from that meteor. It's the thing about the meteor build that hurts the most is that not only is it the bonus damage on the level 7 talent, but the level 1 talent makes it so that enemies take 3% increased damage from each tick of the meteor, and that adds up a lot if you're just running along it and he's able to redirect it onto you. Now, unfortunately for Rag, he's kind of caught out of position. His best bet would have been to just try to run through them and then wait out the Uther stun, which he probably would have just used anyways. And then while he had his Resilient Flame, that he could just run over to this tower and turn into it. Because I'm assuming he has Molten Core right now. He hasn't used it lately. Because there's no way that he gets out of this if he doesn't try to go for one of the fort or keep bases. So now, I think blue team still has the space to get boss, just because red team has to clear so much. It's really risky. They might actually have to back off of it, because red team's going to get this camp and then check it, or just check it immediately. Yeah, if they had Cassia, it would be a lot easier. Is red team just not going to check boss? I mean, Kel'Thuzad could have at least thrown his little lead on that. Okay, that was... Red team played that terribly. I don't know why. I mean, I guess that maybe they thought that blue team was getting their top camp, but there's no reason not to just take a peek at it. I mean, even if someone was waiting in this bush to kill KT, they'd still be 3 for 3. And I mean, he shouldn't be the one page checking it anyways. Like, Stitches should have been up there, but I don't know why they wouldn't have checked boss. Now KT dies because he was too far forward. In mid, he has phylactery, so he'll be fine, but it's still not good whatsoever. That was a really good fear. Uther again with like the like before people even start thinking about the team fight, he uses D-shield. It's just funny. So now red team not having any real sustain auto attack or DPS, sustained DPS is going to fall to this boss, and the temple that Cassia is securing as a guarantee. So I would say that the red team kind of got a little bit outdrafted in the QM setup, but at the same time, they did make several mistakes there. Like, both teams made a lot of mistakes, but I think that they just didn't have the sustained damage that they needed. Chromie had, like, she didn't even finish her Sandblast quest, so she was a huge liability to her team. But, you know, it happens. It's QM. Alarak did have, like, 2 or 3, I think he had 3 hilarious escapes, though. And that wasn't even with D-Shield. He just survived with these seemingly impossible scenarios. So yeah, the takeaways I'd say from this are that... what do we say here? It's just to not overstay and to always make sure that you know where the enemy team is. Don't use that as a reason to like go and face check a bush if you're a squishy, because then they could be party bushing and just jump on you and blow you up, and then because your team is 4v5 in the late game, then they're going to end up not being able to do something else that they had to do. But you do want to make sure that you can keep tabs on the enemy team at almost all times. Because if you at least know, oh, they're somewhere in the jungle here, or somewhere on this camp, or getting boss or something, then that's fine, because that allows you to choose your engages really safely, or in really well. So yeah, I think that it's probably best for, at least in that game, I think definitely red team should have been far more cautious about keeping track of where blue team was. It seemed like they just weren't respecting their positioning very well, or where blue team was positioning at all. So yeah, I think that will be it for this replay analysis. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you either on my stream or in the next video. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good rest of your day.